Oh, hello. I spent way too much money on 4Ks and Blu-rays this month. Let's talk about them. Excuse me one moment. What's up, everyone? Red Eye Reviews here with another episode of Physical Therapy for you, this time for the month of April 2025. And if you're unfamiliar with the channel or the series, Physical Therapy is a monthly series in which I go over all of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I buy in a given month, and I talk about them. Are they worth an upgrade? You know the deal. Because I've basically gone overboard every month for the last few months, I'm going to make an effort to make these videos a lot shorter. I'm no longer going to be talking about the plots to most of these movies. I'm going to zip right through all of these. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Now, I told you last month that my first pick was going to be starring an actor who is a national treasure.
National treasure.
And while this actor is a national treasure, he's also in the movie National Treasure 2. I kind of liked it. It was okay. While this is not a great movie, it's nowhere near the awesomeness of part one. I like to still have it in my collection because I don't have Disney Plus, and hey, let's say one day I do wake up and fall in love with this movie for some reason. They can't take it away from me. That's what physical media is all about, everybody.
This symbol designates the secret tunnel that will lead us to the greatest treasure of all time.
So can I recommend National Treasure 2? Yeah, halfway. If you're in for this sort of thing, if you like the first one, I say give it a watch. It's okay. It's fine. Up next, I have a few movies that I picked up, and they are all starring a certain actor who was a national treasure, and sadly someone we lost on April 1st of this year, and that is Val Kilmer in The Doors on 4K. So this was an upgrade for me. I really liked this movie a lot. I can't say I love it because there's a lot of, factual discrepancies within this movie. Basically, The Doors follows Jim Morrison from being a nobody to stardom in, normal biopic fashion. And Oliver Stone takes a lot of liberties with this film. And I do have to say, the reason why I enjoy this film is because it's very trippy. And it's also kind of nostalgic for me because I remember watching this at a friend's house. Good times back in the day.
Drugs.
And so anyway, I wanted to upgrade this, and I've been kind of circling it for a while, and when news of Val Kilmer's death broke, I decided to buy this because it stayed at the same price of about 18 bucks, and then it became very hard to find, like most of these titles I'm about to show you, and I'm glad I got it. So while this isn't a huge upgrade from the Blu-ray, I will say it's worth it if you can get it for a good enough price. I don't know what it's at right now. His stuff's been fluctuating since his death, so your mileage may vary. The Doors, I can recommend as a film on Blu-ray or 4K. It's worth your time.
If I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Yeah.
Following that Val Kilmer trail, I decided to go to Rasputin Music and Movies and look for a few Val Kilmer movies on Blu-ray, 4K, etc. And I found Wonderland on Blu-ray. Now, this is a blind buy for me. I still have not seen this yet.
Good screaming, everybody.
But I do know that it follows the Wonderland murders and John Holmes back in the 70s, and I think this might be a great double feature with Boogie Nights.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
It's along that same thing where it follows along John Holmes, and if, I can't really talk about too much of that, but Google John Holmes. Well, maybe don't, but Google the movie. Google the movie. I hear Val Kilmer gives a great performance in this, and it's based on what it's based on. It takes place in the 70s and 80s. You had me there. I don't know why I didn't have this before. I think I tried to watch this a long time ago, and the pieces never really fell into place. So I was really glad to pick this up just for a few bucks used. And I know some people out there had to pay some crazy prices after Val Kilmer died, but luckily I got this for pretty cheap. But from what I heard, this is a pretty decent movie, so I'm gonna say recommend.
You wanna see it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Show her, John. Ron, stop. Show her. I'll fucking shoot it, man. Look, man, that could be loaded. I'll fucking shoot it, man. Wow.
Next up, I have a DVD. I haven't bought a DVD in a while. The Salton Sea on DVDs. So this is basically about Val Kilmer, who goes undercover to bring down a drug ring, and it's got some interesting characters in it. Vincent D'Onofrio is in it in a pretty memorable role.
Look at the First Lady. Look at her, she's looking radiant as ever. Lovely. As they turn the corner into Daily Plaza. Here we go, gentlemen. Get ready. Steady! Fire! Fire!
That shooting?
Val Kilmer himself is phenomenal in this role in this movie. While it's not the first thing I'm going to pick to watch the talents of the late great Val Kilmer, it is an interesting enough movie, and it really sucks that you can only get this on DVD. I mean, there's not even an international version of this. Like it's the DVD and the digital, and that's it. So nobody has plans on releasing this, but time will tell on that. So in the meanwhile, if you're interested in getting this, it's only available on DVD. Have I said that enough yet?
Yes.
Next up, I have a box set with 3 titles. Yep, 3 titles on 4K. And I was pretty damn lucky to get this when I got it and how I got it and for the price I got it. So I got it from barnesandnoble.com, 25 bucks.
You serious?
I have the Zaz Collection on 4K. So this has The Naked Gun, Airplane, and Top Secret all on 4K.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
Now, given that Val Kilmer died, Top Secret was something I wanted to look into, and so I decided to check into this first before checking out the individual Blu-ray release of Top Secret, which that's the point of me getting this, was because this is the only way you're going to get Top Secret on 4K in America. However, you might be asking yourself, why did you still leave it in the wrapping? Well, that's because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. There's 2 versions of this. There is an international version of this that is in a regular standard 4K case with some, flaps on it for the multiple discs. But in America here, we get the 4K and the Blu-ray in this really thick, old school, awkward packaging. So there are some 4Ks out there in regular packaging, but they're international versions, but they don't come with the digital copy. I believe it's just the 4K and maybe the Blu-ray. I'm still weighing my options on that. This is going for a pretty hefty price. I eventually plan on watching these movies. I love all 3 of these movies. So, I mean, I may just get drunk one day and open it, and just pop in Airplane or something.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to keep this baby sealed while assessing my options. And if I feel like watching any of these, I'll check them out on streaming. Oh, I know. But hey, I paid for it, right? I bought it. I own it. Next up, I have a title on 4K from Arrow, and it's not a horror or sci-fi title, but it's also something I didn't think I'd ever buy in my entire life, and that is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. on 4K from Arrow.
Your tracker's not sending a signal.
Do you want to check it?
Be my guest.
What are you doing down there?
Trying not to get lost.
I'll turn it on now.
Army Hammer. That's right. So The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a newer film. It's a spy thriller starring Henry Cavill, Hugh Grant, Army Hammer. Am I going to get flagged for saying Army Hammer? And Arm and Hammer. It's a comedic action spy thriller based on the old TV show of the same name that I've never seen and you've probably never seen either, but I honestly didn't think I would ever enjoy this film, and as soon as I watched it, on streaming, I decided to go right out and buy it from Arrow. And I can say that I haven't watched it yet, but from what I hear, this is a hell of a 4K, so I don't think I ever need to worry about buying this again. I hear the Blu-ray pales in comparison to this. This is still pretty cheap, available out there. It's not expensive. It's a limited edition apparently, but I think the sales weren't that great, so it hasn't sold out yet. So if you're interested in this film and you want it on physical media, pick it up on 4K, skip that Blu-ray altogether, even though I haven't even popped this in yet. But I can wholeheartedly say, get this, it's a decent price, it's 4K. I mean, come on.
have a new code name.
Code name?
Uncle.
Next up, I have a semi-controversial title amongst Blu-ray and 4K collectors, and that is Inglorious Basterds on 4K from Arrow. Now, I'll cut to the chase on this real quick. The 4K of Inglorious Basterds on Arrow has a better encode than the previously released Universal 4K. They look similar, but I mean, I trust Arrow over Universal, to be honest. And with the menus, with the packaging, all that stuff, you know me, I pick up the standard editions of Arrow all the time, so that doesn't really matter to me. But this was really, really cheap, I think, because people weren't picking it up because of the discourse around it online and the Universal disc also being about 12 or 15 bucks. So this was about 17 bucks on Amazon. And yes, the encode on this is better. It does look slightly better than the Universal 4K, but your mileage may vary with how big a screen you have, what kind of setup you have. So honestly, with this at 17 and the Universal at about 12, it's really pick your poison, and it's up to you. Rounding out the Val Kilmer picks, I ended up getting Real Genius on 4K from Sony. Now, this was one of the tougher ones to find after he died, and boy, I had a couple chances to get this before, and I passed, and then, again, once he died, prices went through the roof. I really kind of like this movie. It's not something I grew up with. I saw it way later in life, but it's got a charm to it. Val Kilmer is he's just charming in this movie. It's one of his first roles, so of course he's, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, right out the gates, trying to prove himself.
I can't stand it. Have you ever seen a body like this before in your life? She happens to be my daughter. Oh, well, then I guess you have.
And he does. He just seems like the cool dude you want to hang out with in college, and that's what this is about. It's about basically a young kid who graduates high school early and goes to college and is set up with this team, and Val Kilmer, is this slacker student, but he's also really, really smart and knows his shit. So honestly, if you haven't seen this and you love 80s movies, you love 80s comedies, I highly recommend this on any format. I was lucky enough to get it on 4K. I'm not even going to go over how I got it, but let's just say I got it. Anyway, I can highly recommend this. This is a hell of an upgrade from the one or two crappy Blu-rays that Sony has put out in the past. There's a DVD out there that I think was going for a lot of money. Anyway, if you can get this on 4K, it's a major, major upgrade.
It's a moral imperative.
Looks great. Dolby Vision, 4K, highly recommended. Really glad I picked this up. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer.
Let's just pause, put that down. Let's just take a step back. No, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Take a step forward. Now, take a step back. One step forward, and a step back, and then we're cha-chaing. Will you stop it?
Next up, I have a Brian De Palma film on international Blu-ray that it's kind of a deep cut. It's not something a lot of people talk about with De Palma, and that is The Fury. Now, this is coming from the label Cult Cinema, and it's a Australian Region B release of Brian De Palma's The Fury. The Fury is something Brian De Palma did after Carrie, and it also has Amy Irving in it, and it also deals with telekinesis, so there's that. It does also have a really cool head explosion scene that rivals Scanners, so be on the lookout for that. This movie's kind of a psychic thriller, if you will. And who does thrillers better than Brian De Palma? And I gotta say, while this isn't my favorite De Palma film, and it's not even in my top 5, it's still pretty solid. And I was sporting the old DVD from Fox, and that's just garbage. I'd rather have it in 1080p. So this is a Region B Australian release, and while I can say it will play in your American player, there will be warnings on websites, depending on where you buy it from, that will try and tell you that this won't work on your player. I can guarantee, I've played it myself, this will work on your Region A Blu-ray player in America. And because it's 20th Century Fox and now they're owned by Disney, we're probably not going to get a good release on this. It would be a steelbook for 60 bucks because that's Disney now. Anyway, I can recommend The Fury on Blu-ray. This looks miles better than the DVD, of course, because it's a Blu-ray, and don't let the stickers or anybody fool you. This will play on your Region A player. Pick it up. Highly recommended. Next up, I got a couple of action titles from Rasputin Music and Movies that I picked up for about $7 or $8, and you know, I'll go through these really quick. First, Swordfish on Blu-ray. Now, I know Swordfish is being released on super limited edition 4K from Arrow. I like this movie, but I don't like it enough to go out of my way and pay a lot of money for that. It's okay. It's a good movie. It's decent. It's early 2000s nostalgia for me. It's Hugh Jackman in a role that's not Wolverine. There's something else about this movie that got a lot of press and talk online. I can't... What might it be? Oh, yeah. So anyway, Swordfish, early 2000s action film. Yeah, this isn't going to look too great because it's an early 2000s Blu-ray from Warner Brothers. But you know, it was $3.95 if I recall correctly, so no skin off my sack. I also panic bought Snakes on a Plane on Blu-ray. Now this was about $5 or $6, and I'm really glad to pick it up because it feels like this is one that the prices are going to skyrocket online. And you know, it might be something I think that people are going to start getting nostalgic for because of the 20-year rule and all that. But Snakes on a Plane is basically, you're seeing what you're getting here. It's a crappy movie. It's got Samuel Jackson, you know the whole thing.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
I'm really glad to have this because you just may never know when something like this is just going to go up and kaput, or just the prices are going to skyrocket. So yeah, a little bit of a panic buy, but also I haven't seen this for a long time and I decided, you know, it's also worth checking out, seeing how it holds up. Probably doesn't, but I do remember enjoying it a little bit. So Snakes on a Plane, cheesy fun. We are at the halfway mark and I want to say thank you for watching this long. Please stick around. I got some really interesting titles coming up on 4K and Blu-ray, some stuff that's a little harder to find, a little more interesting than the first half right there. So anyway, I also want to take this time to say, don't forget to like this video, share and subscribe to the channel, and keep physical media alive. Keep buying movies. Anyway, let's move on, shall we?
Shall we?
Next up, I have a Wes Craven film on 4K that I'm going to say is not his best. It's not even in his top 5 best films, but it's pretty damn entertaining to watch, I will say, and that is Shocker on 4K. So Shocker is something I have been late to the game on. I didn't see this until like 2015, and it was on streaming or DVD or some shit. And while I didn't really care for it, I did like how cheesy it was and how just batshit bonkers off the wall it is. Basically, long story short, it's about, well, a convict who is executed, and he kind of starts taking over the souls of different people and trying to live on, that kind of thing. And there's some pretty interesting results. And one of the little bits around the middle of the movie really had me laughing my ass off when I saw this. I'll include it right here, of course. Honestly, that was the high point of the movie for me, but you know, being that it's been about 10 years, I feel like it was time to pick this up and give it another watch. I didn't get this for a whole lot of money. I got it at Streetlight Records, used. It was really, really cheap, so it was kind of a no-brainer. Why not?
Why not?
This is definitely something you're gonna wanna watch with your buds, with some beers, with some buds, whatever. Don't take this seriously if you watch it. It's really schlocky. It should be called Schlocker. And, you know, Wes Craven, rest in peace. We miss you. And even movies like this that are not his best, way more enjoyable than most of the crap being put out now, I gotta say. Next up, we have something I was really hesitant to get on Blu-ray because I just know a 4K is about to be released of this, but I hear great things about this Blu-ray, so I got it anyway. It was cheap enough. Fire in the Sky from Shout Factory. Now, you might have heard of this because this has gotten very popular over the last 10 or 15 years. This is a movie from the 90s based on this guy, Travis Walton, who got abducted by aliens, or so he says. I believe in aliens, so, you know, I take this as a true account. Whether you do or don't, your mileage may vary. But that aside, this is a very good film. Like it's not an action thriller. It doesn't have, it's not like Independence Day where there's things happening all the time. It's a drama. It's a drama thriller, basically about finding this guy Travis, because he basically disappears and all of his buddies go looking for him, and then they become the prime suspects. And that adds this whole layer to this film of mistrust and was he abducted by aliens, etc., etc. And it also has a pretty freaky alien abduction sequence in it that still haunts me to this day. It's right up there with Communion, with one of those movies that just, it's from the 90s and it did aliens right. So I was really back and forth on buying this, only because I was afraid of an upgrade coming out. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I hear the Blu-ray is really damn good. So you better be right, internet, or I'm coming for you. But yes, highly recommend 90s gem, Fire in the Sky. So as I'll tell you a little later on, I have never seen the movie Purple Rain until a month ago.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here! Get the out of my room!
No, I know. It just never happened. I never got to see it. So I finally got to see it. And while watching it, I was really reminded of a film that I hate to say I have seen before I'd seen Purple Rain, and that was 8 Mile. And this is the 4K from Universal. This was pretty cheap. I drunk bought it. I was thinking of Purple Rain, and I was thinking of how these films were very similar. So 8 Mile stars Eminem. You know the song. I probably can't play any of this here because of copyright issues, but I'll just say really quick, this is not a dumb movie. It's not like, you might look at it and be like, oh, it's stupid, Eminem. It's actually a pretty good movie. There's some strong performances in it. It's directed by Curtis Hanson, the guy who directed LA Confidential, so it's a real film. It's not just Eminem doing crazy stupid stuff, rapping and, yeah. And it really is loosely based on Eminem's life, and, you kind of question again, like any biopic, how much of this is actually real. And, for my money, pretty damn good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember seeing it in theaters and enjoying it. It kind of also reminds me of Scarface. It's like, it's a great movie, but it's kind of got a little bit of a stigma around it, and you do you. You just worry about you, and that's what I did. So I'm happy to say I added 8 Mile to the collection, and you should too. I am very happy to add this next title to my collection after so many years of having a crappy DVD, and that is Stripes on 4K.
1, 2, boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka, boom.
So Stripes recently came out on 4K in a steelbook from Sony, and while that's got Dolby Vision, this is the edition from the Columbia Classics box set, and people have been selling these titles from those box sets individually on eBay, and I've been taking advantage of that.
Army training, sir!
I have not had a chance to check this out, but I'm sure it's miles better than that DVD or any of those other Blu-rays from back in the day. I know it's been released a few different times. I've just never bothered. I wanted the perfect edition, and I believe I got the perfect edition. If you have to have Dolby Vision, I say pick up that steelbook. But if you don't want steelbooks, go this route, check it out on eBay. You might get lucky and get a good price. I know I did. This was worth it for me. I love Stripes, Bill Murray at his best, Harold Ramis. I could talk about this forever, but I won't. We're trying to keep it short today. Stripes, 80s comedy, highly recommended. Finally glad I got it on 4K. Finally. Next up, I have a title that I'm not going to go over a whole lot because I have an unboxing video on this channel, and that is Trick or Treat on 4K from Synapse.
Sammy Kerr. His fans won't let him die. He won't let them live.
You should be loyal to your hero. Make it turn on you.
So Trick or Treat was released by Synapse late last year. Very surprised release. I thought that was great. But the thing was they were really expensive, limited edition cases. And, you know, that didn't really appeal to me. I need shelf space. I need something small and thin. So I held out for a standard edition. Here we are. Released in March of 2025, this is the standard edition of Trick or Treat. Now, this isn't the Trick or Treat you know with Sam and, you know, the school bus and all that stuff. No. This is the 80s version with Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, even though they're barely in the movie. But all that aside, this is a great 80s cult classic movie. If you're into 80s, if you're into rock music, metal music, you owe it to yourself to check this out. Synapse has done an amazing job restoring this to 4K. I had the old crusty DVD and I'm finally glad to be rid of that and glad I have this movie in this quality. Comes with this great slipcover here and you even get the old art. And I can't, this is awesome. Thank you, Synapse. Amazing job. I'm really glad to pick this up. If you love 80s horror movies, you need to own this. Now, I told you I went crazy this month. Like I do every month. So with that said, next up, Purple Rain on 4K from Warner Brothers. So Purple Rain, I won't go over it, but Prince commands the screen in this movie. Pretty awesome. The music, oh, it's great. The 4K looks and sounds amazing. This is the best it's ever looked and ever sounded. I don't have a whole history with it because I only saw this movie last month, but on comparisons that I saw online, this took the cake. So if you're on the fence about upgrading this one, the reviews have all come in. We've pooled the data and we've all agreed this is the superior edition. So Purple Rain, pretty damn awesome. Man, why did I sleep so long on this? I should have had this years ago. Help! Help! Purple Rain, highly recommended. If you're into 80s, if you're into Prince, rest in peace, Prince. We miss you, buddy. We're almost done. Next up, I have another blind buy. And I got this really cheap from Rasputin Music and Movies. Got it used for about $3, 16 blocks.
Little man, put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me.
On Blu-ray from Warner. Now this stars Bruce Willis, Mos Def, David Morse right here, who you might remember from other movies where he's just the character actor, David Morse. I have not seen this. This is a blind buy, so it's a Warner Brothers title. I'm mildly interested in it. It's got Bruce Willis. Apparently it's pretty good. It's a little hidden gem, but I have yet to see it, so I don't know yet. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this movie if you've seen it. So this is something I'm pretty sure they're not going to release this on 4K. I mean, I know some labels are starting to pick up some of the Warner titles, so that's some good faith right there. That's, you know, the world is healing. So anyway, 16 blocks. I don't know yet.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You are so fucking funny!
Next up, I do have a little hidden gem for you on Blu-ray, and that is Bad Words, starring Jason Bateman, also directed by Jason Bateman. So this is about a guy who, when he was a kid, he lost out on the spelling bee. So when he's an adult, he found a loophole that allows him to compete in the spelling bee with other kids. And he, you know, plans on winning and getting his revenge and things like that. There's a really nice little like plot between him and this one kid in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen this, so my details are a little shaky, but I do remember enjoying this. While it's not a knee slapper, laugh out loud, the funniest movie of all time, it's pretty solid. It's pretty good, and you know, it's basic. And with all the crap we're getting now, it's really making me kind of look back on some of the films that I might have, you know, not given a whole lot of attention to. So this was cheap enough. I felt like it might be something you might not be able to find. Don't worry, it's still available. You can get it pretty damn cheap, I believe, but just to get it, just in case.
You're a hoarder.
No, I'm a collector.
And because it's been a while, I think that's been a running theme for a lot of the movies on this video, but I really can recommend this because the last time I saw it, I really enjoyed it. But again, wasn't a knee slapper, just a solid movie. And it's pretty cheap, pick it up. Recommended, highly recommended.
Seems as though they're misspelling the words on purpose.
Will you just spell the fucking words? That's all you gotta do, and you got the tournament.
Same with you.
Chai Latte, get your shit together, you dumb dick.
Fuck you, Kai.
We are almost done. Next up, I have a film from Michael Mann that I have literally not seen in over 20 years, and that is The Last of the Mohicans on Blu-ray. So this is something I found at Rasputin Music, used for really cheap, and while this isn't impossible to get, I know it's not exactly cheap, so I decided to grab it so I can maybe watch it again some rainy day.
I will find you.
This is something I remember enjoying back in the day. It's got Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeline Stowe in it, directed by Michael Mann, and you know, it's a pretty solid film. I do remember seeing the original theatrical cut, and I hear there's some kerfuffle about the director's cut and the presentation maybe. I don't know, I haven't done a whole lot of research, but for a Blu-ray, pretty cheap, I had to grab it just because. So yeah, Last of the Mohicans, something I can recommend. Michael Mann is a solid filmmaker. I remember this being in one of his top 5 movies, so I can wholeheartedly say pick this up if you can. Don't spend a whole lot of money on it, unless it really is your favorite film of all time, but you know, with that said, if it was, you'd have it already. Next up, I have a film on 4K that I didn't think I was gonna like as much as I did, and that is The Accountant on 4K from Warner Brothers. Now, The Accountant stars Ben Affleck, and he is an autistic guy who is also an assassin, and you know, just on that premise alone, I wasn't really too thrilled about it, but with the sequel coming out, I decided to kind of jump on that bandwagon and check this out. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. It's pretty solid. It's got some great supporting characters in it too, J.K. Simmons and Anna Kendrick. Really pretty solid movie. I started watching the second one.
Not so much.
I hear a lot of people really like the second one. I wasn't the biggest fan. I need to see it again. Maybe back to back with this. I don't know, but this was also very cheap used, and it was like $10, so I couldn't resist picking it up. So it was basically a blind buy, and I've now seen it and can say that I recommend the film and the 4K. Some people online say that the 4K is a little dark. You know, whatever, but this also comes with the Blu-ray, so if you don't like that, you could put the Blu-ray in. But anyway, The Accountant. Worth it? Yes. Pretty damn good little action thriller, you know, autism is a superpower kind of movie. Ben Affleck's pretty solid in this, I gotta say. I didn't expect this to like this as much as I did, but highly recommended.
Say you're the head of the Sinaloa cartel. Who can you trust to track your stolen cash? He's capable of coming in cold, uncooking years of books, and getting out alive. Imagine the secrets this guy has.
Who are you?
All right, our last pickup from April 2025.
Fucking finally, god damn it.
Addams Family Values on 4K from Paramount. Picked this up used for Rasputin Music and DVDs. And, you know, I have the 2-pack of this and the first film on Blu-ray. I like that it saves space by putting both movies in one case, even though they're on separate discs. And I hear that the 4K on this is really, really outstanding, so it was cheap enough, I had to grab it. Yeah, that also means now I need to go grab Addams Family 1 on 4K. Maybe next month. But anyway, Addams Family Values. A lot of people say this film is superior to the first film, and you know, I could see where they're coming from on that. I think they're both pretty much equal in my eyes. Yeah, this one might have the edge because you already know the characters and the setup and stuff, but you know, now they throw a plot at you that is completely out of nowhere, and you know, it just only pushes the narrative and this family and everything forward. Anyway.
Oh, Wednesday's at that very special age when a girl has only one thing on her mind. Boys.
Homicide.
But Addams Family Values, really great film. Highly recommended. Yeah. So, that was all the pickups I picked up in the month of April. What'd you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, keep those eyes red, baby. See you next time.
retarded.
Cock gobblers.
Yeah, I love to talk, film, discuss, to critique. You want to see a film with me?
God damn it, are you fucking with me?